What's going on, guys and gals? Kendall here with Renos for Pros and Joes, helping you simplify the renovation and remodeling process. On this channel, we do renovation tip and strategy videos, as well as hands-on product tool and gear reviews like this one. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Today's video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing what I think is one of the best tile scraper or tile removal tools. So this video format is going to be a little bit different than most because I am standing here on site. I am going to take you to the job site to do the unboxing, and then I'm going to bring you back to give my thoughts on the product. So off to the job site, see you in a few. What's going on, guys and gals? Kendall here for Renos for Pros and Joes, back with another tool review video. And in this video, I am going to be reviewing a very specialized tool that is typically used for kitchen and bathroom remodeling, specifically on floors. So if you take a look at my surroundings here today, I am in a master bathroom. And if you can see, most of the removal work has been done except for the plumbing here. You can see the valve and shower head and everything is still in the wall here. And I'm not sure if you can see it in the shop, but part of the garden tub is still here, the plumbing supply line piece of it. However, one thing that remains untouched is the tile on the floors. And that's what the tool that I'm going to be reviewing today is actually designed to take care of. So the bathroom that I'm in today is built on a concrete slab foundation, and that makes removing the tile a little bit different than removing tile from a wood subfloor. And so sometimes when you're removing tile from a concrete floor, it is easy because the mortar and everything in the Thinset is soft and you can just pop the tiles up and move right along. Other times it's down there really, really good and it just isn't gonna come up very easily. And so this floor, we've tried to chip away with manual tools and the tile didn't budge at all. And so from a time and labor and physical preservation standpoint, it did not make sense to continue trying to remove the tile by hand without the aid of some type of equipment. And so that brings us to today's tool, which is a 6-inch tile scraper. So I just got this here and I'm unboxing it for you so that you can see exactly what came in the box. So this is the tool here, and I'm gonna unwrap it here so that you can see what it looks like. And we're going to pull it out like so. All right, that is a serious tool there. Okay, so this is actually an attachment for a hammer drill. Okay, now if you own a hammer drill, then kudos to you. If not, you can always rent one from your local hardware store or tool rental, which is what I would recommend unless you're going to be getting into the business of doing bathroom and kitchen demos. Probably not something you really need to invest in. So rent you one, and before you rent it, confirm whether or not they have this type of attachment to use with the tool. If not, it's probably going to be best to just go ahead and spend the money and buy the tool, just so that you can make your job that much easier on you. Because keep in mind, if you're just starting out with your bathroom remodel, demo is one of the first steps. So you haven't even started putting anything back. So we want to make sure that preservation is at the top of our minds so that we're able to go ahead and continue through the process of doing the remodel and finish and still be, in good spirits and in good shape, but not being all beat up and limping to the finish. So this tool is pretty heavy duty, as I said. You can see that it's got 4 bolts here that are used to hold this blade in place. The blade is actually what is going to be placed on the concrete, and basically is going to slide underneath the tile and pop it up. The hammer tool is going to be moving back and forth like this at a very rapid speed. That's going to be popping the tile up and scraping the grout up as you go. This tool has 4 bolts that hold this blade in place. And I also noticed in the box, they were kind enough to include 4 extra bolts. So I'm gonna be sure to include a link to this tool in the description box below, because as you know, when shooting these videos, I have to go ahead and shoot everything on the front end. So if this tool doesn't live up to the standards, this video is never gonna come out. But assuming that this tool is going to do what it says it will do based on my reviews and research, you guys will be seeing this content. And so you will know that this tool comes with 4 additional bolts besides the one that is on the tool. And it comes with 1 blade that is attached to the tool in the box. For your information, you can buy additional blades if this one wears out, but I highly doubt that you'll wear this out in doing 1 bathroom or kitchen or 1 of each, or even probably a whole house. But the blades are sold separately for replacement. It comes with 1 blade. Everything comes in the box here. This is an SDS Max fitting here. That's important to note. This is a very common size for your more heavy duty power tools, which you would have at your tool rental at your disposal. So they have SDS Max and SDS Plus. SDS Plus is gonna be smaller. This bit here is larger and it's for heavy duty tools and things like that. So this is something that they may have at the tool rental. I would advise you to check out what they've got to make sure that it's not destroyed and it's gonna do a good job for you once you get on the job. One of the reasons why I frequently recommend buying your own attachments, even if you rent the tool, is because sometimes those attachments are just beat to pieces. And remember that you're essentially paying by the hour or half a day or by the day. And if you're not able to get the proper production out of that tool that you're renting, you're still losing money. And then if it's not performing properly, you're also probably losing on labor, time, and you may be actually beating yourself up worse than you have to without actually getting the production value that you need while you're working. So these are all just things to keep in mind. I've got a full bathroom here that I've got to remove tile from. I'm going to give you a quick spin around so that you can see exactly what we're going to be doing here. And so now you can see my floors here. We've got all these tiles in here to remove, and we've even got tiles in here to remove as well. So we're gonna go all the way around this floor and we're gonna scrape all of these tiles up, including the Thinset. I'm gonna come back and give you my review and final thoughts once we're finished, so stay tuned. So now that you're back from the unboxing, I can tell you that that tool was used on that job site to remove all the tile and Thinset from the floors in that master bathroom. If you have not been tuned in to the master bathroom remodel series that features that specific space, be sure to look on the channel page and check out the playlist for that particular series. In any case, it performed very well. So let me grab the tool and tell you a little bit more about it. So this is the 6-inch tile scraper tool that I unboxed in the previous setting. As you can see, it does not have any damage on it anywhere. There's no chips or breaks or imperfections in the blade, and I have managed to keep all of the bolts in place. So one thing that I will say about this tool is that it has a pretty good weight to it, and it's relatively long. So that helps to alleviate some of the back pressure that you may experience if the tool was shorter and you have to lean over more in order to get the proper angle to scrape from the floor. The tool worked flawlessly. It popped the tiles up really quickly and easily, and even did a very good job on Thinset. If you're unaware, this type of attachment is going to be installed on a demolition hammer. This is a SDS Max fitting, as I mentioned in the unboxing. Some tool rentals may have this product available for you for rent, others may not. I did check, and the rate for this tool is relatively high, so if you're going to need to use this tool for more than one day, you're probably going to be better off just purchasing it. And if you've got friends and family that do remodel and renovation projects as well, you can easily just pass it off to them once you no longer need it anymore. So the one thing that I do want to say about this tool that was a down or a negative was that the bolts over time became loose. So over the course of doing that entire bathroom floor, I probably had to stop and tighten the bolts back down probably 5 or 6 times periodically. And there was actually a few times when the bolts and the washers came off and I had to fish them out of the debris on the floor. And luckily I was able to find everything and put everything back together. Then I just used a socket wrench set to tighten everything back together. However, as the tool vibrated and continued to work, the bolts did back themselves out again, and it was just something that I had to continuously watch as I used the tool. So you will get some warnings if you're using the tool and it begins to get loose. If you're watching it, you'll see some vibrations in the bolts and you'll know that it's getting loose. Another thing you'll also notice, you may have some floppiness in this scraping plate. See how it's very rigid right now and you can't move it? When these bolts become loose, you may have a little bit of play in it, and that's something that you should feel as you're working with the tool. Now, I did mention before, hold on one second. Now, I did mention before that this scraper tool comes with 4 additional bolts and washer setups, and so this is exactly what they look like. So this is the part on one side here, and then you've got this lock washer, and then you have the nut there that fits on there. And so I tightened those down multiple times and they became loose. But outside of that, guys, it wasn't a real problem. I would recommend trying to find some type of a bolt lock product, like maybe like a JB Weld or something like that that you can put on here to kind of help alleviate some of the issues that I had with keeping these things tight. Other than that, the tool worked awesome, and I am so glad that I took the time and did the research on it and took a chance and purchased this particular scraper tool, because it's going to be a must-have for me going forward. As I said before, I like to have my own tools because of the flexibility of when I decide to do the work. And so this attachment is no different. If you have the opportunity to rent one of these tools at your local tool rental, then definitely do that. But as I said, if you're going to be doing this for a living, or you're going to be doing multiple projects, when you're going to be spacing out those projects, let's say you're going to do your whole house, you want to do your kitchens and your bathrooms, but you want to do the kitchen right now, and then you're going to get to the bathrooms sometime in the near future, or sometime in the 6 to 8 months from now, or a year, whatever the case may be. If you already purchased this tool, this is something that you can always take back out and use again to remove your tile. And it's not something that's going to go bad or become defective over time. It's a really good tool. So I say it did not experience any type of bending or flaking on any of the components of it. One thing that I will mention is that if you do decide to buy one of these, make sure that you keep the shaft of the tool lubricated. This is going to be the case for any type of demolition hammer attachment that you're going to be using. So if you rent the demolition hammer and they don't give you any type of grease, just be sure to ask for it. That way you can help manage the life of your tool, because you don't want it to get beat up by overheating while it is moving up and down inside of the base or in the nozzle of the demolition hammer. So hopefully you guys found this video informative. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.